Good morning, everyone. Most of you know me, but if not, my name is Johann Leong, the brother. I am Ted Mitchel Leong's brother, and it is my honor to share my thoughts to you about him. I wouldn't normally dream of writing about such a thing, and I doubt many people would expect me to. He passed away on the 17th of April on a Friday afternoon. He was cruelly taken and stolen away from me. You see, people say a eulogy is a final gift to a loved one. I'd like to honor my brother with a brief reflection on a story we did not choose. Words cannot capture the full story. In an unusual way, I would like to start off in an unusual way. Usually it's towards the end. But I would like to start off by thanking the many who have sent their kind wishes and expressed their sympathy. And I have spent most of the day so far responding, some I did not respond, with regrettable brevity, to the many kind and thoughtful expressions of sympathy that I have received, my parents have received, my siblings have received, Christy has received from complete strangers. Many more such messages are arriving even as I speak now. Many thanks to all of them. They are much appreciated not only by me, but my brother's family, my parents, Christy, and her family. So Ted Mitchel Leong, my brother, this one is for you. I hope you approve. I'm sure everyone here has memories much like mine. They're good memories, something we'll always have to cherish. It is in our lives that we come across someone so special that that person stays with you forever. As I begin to reach out for the right words a whole entire night to express my thoughts about my brother Ted, I remember the many valued and meaningful roles that Ted played throughout his life. First and foremost, I see him as a family man. He loved his family profoundly. Oh, believe me, he loved his family. He was a devoted husband, son, grandson, uncle, brother, cousin, and a friend. Looking back, he was always and always will be a family man. Ted took all the roles in his life. He strove to honor, support, and guide, and most importantly, protect his family, protect his siblings. He was at his happiest when he was surrounded by us. He was surrounded by his family, he was surrounded by his brothers, sisters, nephews, and nieces. Even during those inevitable tough times that life has a way of throwing at you, his devotion to family was the foundation of his actions, the anchor that defined and shaped his life. We're all here today to pay respects to an amazing, beautiful person whose time here with us was cut far too short. And I am still angry. And I am still burning with anger. But I still have to stand here strong for my parents, strong for my family, because I am the only one who will continue his legacy, and I will stay strong and protect those he loved. Ted Mitchel Leong was born on the 18th of May, 1968, to Wilfred Edward Leong, my father, and to Carmelita Zulueta Coma in Beaufort. He was the eldest of siblings. Before I proceed, I may get some information wrong, but because I may not have them. He had his early education in SRJK Calamares Tanjung Aru, when we then followed my dad in 1980 to the United Kingdom, where he studied at Buckingham County School. When we came back to KK, he continued his studies at SM LaSalle from 1983 to 1985. If I was not mistaken, I was in primary 5, he was the youngest chief minister in the LaSalle Parliament in the history of the LaSalle cabinet back then. There was never a LaSalle chief minister that was a Form 5 student. And I remember he was the first Form 5 student. That moment when he became the chief minister molded him. He became very confident as a person. Not that he wasn't, but that spurred him to become even something greater. After Form 5, he obtained a state scholarship to his A-levels in Prime College, and then embarked on his lifelong dreams to become a doctor at the Royal College of Surgeons in Dublin, Ireland. When he graduated in 1992, if I'm not mistaken, his first posting was at the government of Queen Elizabeth, where he served as a medical officer. Again, I might get this wrong. He was then transferred outstation, I'm not too sure, probably in Kinabatangan or somewhere like that, briefly, where he was then transferred to Klinik Kesehatan Pinapang between 1994 to 1996. Following that, he was a deputy director, correct, of the Ministry of Health between 1996 to 1998. And in early 1998, he left the clinic government service to open his own private clinic called Austral. The clinic became part of his life. It was where he really poured out his passion, and a sanctuary where his patients were no longer patients, they were his friends, they were his family. Children as small as babies grew up to become teenagers, they went to university, and he was still their doctor. In 2017 or 2018, I think, Ted decided to take what he called a sabbatical break from the medical practice after more than 17 years. I remember him coming back home to tell my mom, "Mommy, I'm tired. I listen to everybody's problems day in, day out. I come back, I don't even go for holidays." We went for coffee and he told me, "Johann, I think I also need to take a break." To us, we didn't understand because he's a doctor. Who on earth would want to study so hard, become a doctor, come back and take a break? Now we understand. He told his siblings, Melissa, Carmen, when we have new shop in the morning, and my parents that he wanted to enjoy life, he wanted to travel and travel, and so he did. It was then that he found his passion in the insurance line when he joined Great Eastern. When he received a handful of accolades, he became an MDRT, this and that. I'm sorry, I don't have all the list. Because you know why? My brother was a businessman who saw opportunity and made most of it. One who could say that what he touched turns to gold because he had a vision, and his vision prompted him to act. But Ted, by the same token, was not too proud, and he would not turn his brothers or sisters' advice. He would still come and talk to us for advice. He would go to, I know, even his atam for advice. He knew that 2 or 3 heads were better than one when it came to business. But last night when I was sitting down, I wanted to write and write and write about Ted. But I said, enough is enough. We are not here to talk about his accolades, his awards, his trophies, and everything else. Because I can display everything for you. Ted had all the awards. He had all the results you wanted. He had everything. He was an intelligent person. He had trophies from football, trophies from insurance, but that's useless to me because that's not going to bring him back to life. If you ask me, what's the point? I sat there last night thinking, what's all this for if he's not here? So I'm here to talk about him. When I open another page, I will talk to you about his passion for football and his football buddies. Football was his second religion. His football buddies, if you are here, are his lifeline. My mom used to nag and remind him that he was not getting any younger when he comes back battered and bruised from his football matches. But quitting football was never his agenda. Jordan, my son, was his biggest fan, and Ted really wanted him to be just like him. So now, Ted, I promise you, every time Jordan steps on the field from this day onwards, think about making you proud. Not only in how he would play, but how he'd handle himself. You see, Ted was always a leader, not a talker. He taught me everything I know about sports. Like I said, everyone, I'm not here to talk about his biodata achievements, as you already know him. He does not need to be decorated with all of this to make him special, liked, and loved. When Ted died, to the crowds in the arena, it looked like the story was over, but they did not see that he only finished a part of the race. He passed the baton to his family. He passed the baton to me and loved ones. He passed the baton to his siblings, to my son Jordan. He passed the batons to his nieces. He passed the baton to everyone he loved, to Danielle, Francine, Leilana, Nina, and Leah Rose. He gave us love and he gave us each other. So we would not have to do this alone. There was one person in particular that he was really fond of. That was the first person that encouraged him. We call her Miss Lee, Dr. Elizabeth Lee from Sunway College. She wrote me a letter and I would like to read this for you because this is what Ted would have wanted. Dearest Ted, first you stole my heart as one of my dearest students, then you shattered it to pieces when you left us all too suddenly. From being a pain in my class, hounding me on how to score A's in GPSAs and my term of endearment for my beloved, to being the unbearable pain now present in my soul upon receiving confirmation of your departure. You were a leader of men, brother to your friends, trusted ally and peacemaker, favorite doctor to your patients, the Sabahan Christian Ronaldo, darling son, doting uncle, adored sibling, and devoted partner. You played furiously, worked tirelessly, listened intently, spoke graciously, acted valiantly, gave entirely, protected fiercely, loved intensely, and cared completely. As you love, we love in return. We know that God loves you more as your journey ends on earth before we meet again in heaven. God bless your soul to rest in peace, my dearest Dad, Mitchel Leong. And God grant your family and all of us the grace to grieve your loss. Elizabeth Lee, Fu Yan, and family. P.S. You know what OI means? It means between the two of you, I love you. So Ted, only Ted, from Miss Lee. When Ted died, again, but I'll tell you something very honestly. My life feels so empty right now. I sit at home and I feel like at any time Ted would walk through the door, I miss his kindness, his support, his humor. Ted has always been there if I needed someone to talk to or to make me laugh. Ted's influence on his siblings, especially me, was subtly powerful, and he meant a great deal to my parents and my family, to Christy and her family. I feel his passing keenly, and I thank him for everything he did for us. I am very glad I've had the opportunity to do it publicly here today. He loved children. Oh my, he loves children. All my cousin's children was his idol. They adored him. Children still seems to love him back because he was so much fun. He had a distinct personal style and heightened sense of aesthetic. He had about him that was very special. He had a way about him, starting with Danielle, Francine, then Leilana, whom he would spoil rotten. Then came Jordan, my son, Nina Jane, and now Leah Rose, who was his life. His life. Ted was their favorite uncle, while I was the disciplinarian. Ted would always tell us, let them be. He would be the nice person who would buy them whatever he wanted. To think that someone like him felt that way about us should make us all feel more than just a little good. We can never forget that there is a part of him in each of us. Something that he gave to us and asked nothing for in return. There have been and will be times in our lives when situations arise when we want so much to Ted. We want to be near him. We ask him just what should we do. I hope that when that time comes, we can begin to look at each other and find that that part of him is in us. Maybe we can lean on each other and rely on each other the way we always knew that we could with him. Maybe then he won't be so far away. Then in the end, you were an all-around loving, invested spirit, strong soul who will surely be loved. Until his passing, I never knew a day that without his unconditional love. Ted was my shadow. He was my role model and one of my greatest friends. I am forever grateful I have walked in the light of his love. I will miss him for the rest so that no one will ever forget Ted. I will not forget Ted. Let us remember him and the way he touched our lives. By sharing his stories, his love, and his passion, something beautiful has begun to grow from something that was so horrible and so unfair. If you ask me what I love most about Ted and which part of the story I love the most, I would say I loved it all. Your star may not have shone long enough, Ted, but it surely did shine bright enough. My dearest Ted, on a personal note, as I stand alone today, trying to make myself strong, and at that moment when they told me, you died that Friday afternoon, I screamed like I never screamed before. My heart was torn in two. One side was filled with heartache, the other died with you. The other part of me died with you on the 17th of April at 5:40 p.m. That was the day I lost my brother and the day I got lost. And until that day, that was also the day that I lost my faith. For the past 9 nights, I often lie awake at night when the world is fast asleep, tears rolling down my cheeks. I would lay your clothes on your bed, I would lie down and I would cry, and I would cry my heart out so that no one will ever see. I still cannot comprehend why this happens to me, why this happens to our family, but I know more than anything, you will continue to look proudly all over us. They say it's okay to let go. It's not okay to let go, but I have to let you go. They say God will take care of you now. You don't need to worry anymore, Ted. Just let us worry about how we will need to move forward. While you were here on earth, you did your job. You did your part to keep this family together. Now I will continue to keep this family together. That is why you will remain in our hearts forever and ever and ever. We will carry you forever in our hearts. We love you until we meet again. Thank you so much. I love you. And to my siblings, Melissa, Wayne, your children, and my children, what is everything? The last thing you have is spoil them, bring them up well. And Ted, I know you're here with us today. I swear to you in God's name that we will bring the children up well, loved, and spoiled. So on behalf of my family, Christy's family, especially my parents, we ask that we continue to give us support. We ask that you continue to give us prayers and the love that we all deserve. So please, from the bottom of our hearts, accept our kindest thanks. And it is very unfortunate that this has happened, but we will meet again one day to honor Ted. So for that, thank you.